Hi, welcome back to another travel video by Gary Rose Travels. Please hit like and subscribe for more videos, and you can now find Gary Rose Travels on Facebook. And do please check out GaryRoseTravels.com for all the best budget backpacker advice. So this video is another in my India Travel Northeast series, and this video in particular is part 2 of my Assam series. So this video I'm going to be talking about how to visit Majuli Island and also how to visit Sivsagar should you decide to go. Now Majuli Island, I'm going to be talking about why to go there, why you should go there, how to reach there, where to stay, how much to pay, and also how to leave, how to get on to the next place, because that's always really important in the northeast. So Majuli Island lies in the middle of the mighty Brahmaputra River, and to reach here you have to get a ferry from the ferry port in Jorhat. So where you're staying in Jorhat is very close to the shared sumo stand. I presume you're staying at Hotel Paradise like I recommended. Next door to that is the old bus stand. Outside the old bus stand is the shared sumo stand. So as early as you can, remember, probably before 8 AM, you're going to take a shared sumo to the ferry stand. Now I think it cost us about 20 rupees each, which was very affordable. Once you're at the ferry stand, you want to pay about 10 rupees for your ferry crossing. The ferry itself is absolutely amazing journey. You've got cars, you've got motorbikes, you've got cattle, you've got families, you've got all walks of life using that ferry. So it makes quite an interesting journey, slowly floating down the river till you hit Majuli Island. Now Majuli Island is a series of sandbanks basically, that are, as I said, in the middle of the mighty Brahmaputra. They cover an area of about 450 square kilometres, and they're constantly, because they're made of sand, eroding and changing with the rising and fall of the water levels. So the idea being that they chop and change all the time. Now people say you need to get them before you need to visit before they leave, before they all disintegrate. I think that's a bit of an exaggeration because it is absolutely huge. Now on Majuli Island you've got some really amazing tribal culture. You've got the missing tribal people. You've also got some Hindu monasteries which are unique again to this part of India. So if that's something you like, if you like your Hinduism and your spiritualism, definitely visit the Satras. Now I've found that Majuli Island is quite popular with a certain type of traveller, backpacker. It's really popular with anthropologists and research students, also popular with photography students and people who love photography, because it really is amazing. The wildlife on Majuli is wonderful, the tribal culture is wonderful and really intact. So if that's something you like, definitely visit. Do please bear in mind that a lot of the tribal people who live there, they haven't seen that many Western tourists and Western people, so just be a little bit cautious when you visit. Be quite respectful and quite restrained, because some parts of the northeast have kind of been bombarded, because it's so beautiful, been bombarded with tourism, and now it's sadly it's spoiled it. So do please proceed with caution. By all means go, but proceed with caution. Try not to cause too much of an impact on them. So that's why we wanted to head up there basically for photography and to visit the tribal cultures, because they're amazing. Now on Majuli Island, once the ferry lands on the other side, it's another shared sumo to get you to the village centre. I think this was about 40 or 50 rupees. There's a few guest houses on Majuli, there's like 3 or 4. The one we stayed at, we read about it in our guidebook. There's like 2 or 3 listed in the guidebook, all of it varying costs. We chose one called La Maison d'Ananda. Most people in the locals, they know where this is, they know whose it is. The man to ask for is Manjit. Now Manjit is extremely useful in the northeast because he has contacts in Nagaland. So if you're heading across the Nagaland, ask one, and you're staying in his hotel, in his guest house, ask him to give his contact in Nagaland a call, because if you want to go into the villages and you want to visit, this guy will set you up basically, and I will explain about why this is important in my Nagaland video. So ask for Manjit, stay in his guest house, Hotel Hotel Maison d'Ananda. I'm not sure why it's called that, but it is. I think we paid about 600 rupees, 700 rupees or something a night. We had all our meals cooked there for us. His wife is she's a traditional tribal lady. She's from the Missing tribe. She cooks traditional food in a traditional kitchen, on a traditional house. Absolutely amazing, really wonderful experience. Very genuine people. His whole guest house is all on bamboo stilts. It's basic, but it's absolutely amazing experience. So if you want something authentic and a little bit different, rough and ready, stay with these guys. They will absolutely take care of you. We can't recommend it enough. So while we were on Majuli, we spent our days just walking. Basically, it's incredibly flat, so it's quite easy. Walking, wildlife, photography, meeting tribal people, and also the kids who do speak English absolutely flocked around me to speak English, and also to look at my skin, because I'm incredibly pale. They just wanted to ask me so many questions about why, which was quite amusing. At times they wanted to find out so much about life and who I was and where we were from and all this. So it was quite nice as well to talk to them. Again, make sure you make a positive impression on them, because their little faces, they soaked it all up. So that is Majuli Island. We stayed at Majuli for about a week because it was absolutely amazing, and also it was kind of hard to leave. There was a festival going on at the time, so all the roads were very quiet. There were no shared sumo, there was no ferry, there was no hotels open in Jorhat, so we couldn't get back, and also actually wanting to leave was very difficult because it's so amazing. So that's a quick breakdown of Majuli Island. It's really affordable to visit and to stay. There's not much spending money on other than accommodation and a little bit of food. There's a few stands in the centre of town if you want to eat in them and not the guest house. There's a place called Krishna Fried Chicken, which was actually quite amazing. It was a really knockoff food stand, KFC type thing, but the guy who did it really well, so we're quite grateful for Krishna Fried Chicken. So yeah, that is basically Majuli Island. To leave Majuli, again, take a shared sumo, cross the river, stay in Jorhat one night, and then go to your next place. So the next place we visited was Sivsagar. Now, to reach there, we got a bus from the new bus stand. We got a rickshaw from the hotel in Jorhat back to the new bus stand and caught a bus to Sivsagar. It took about an hour on the bus. Now, for many people, probably wouldn't think to stop there. It is kind of included in the Lonely Planet, but only as basically a third of a page written about it. The people, when we got there, were absolutely shocked to see that Westerners had turned up there. I think they thought we got off in the wrong place. We hadn't. We absolutely wanted to be there. There's a lot of ruins there that I wanted to see. It's a huge historical site, so if you like historical sites and you want to go somewhere that absolutely there will be no other Western people, head to Sibsagar. Now, accommodation wasn't easy to find, but some really kind-hearted locals took pity on us, and basically quite a well-respected guy in the town, a local businessman, came along. He spoke just enough English to help us. He said, you know, what are you doing here? First of all, we told him, and he took us to his friend's guest house, which is called Hotel Kremlin. We stayed there. It was really comfortable. It was about 1,000 rupees a night. He explained the situation to them, and he gave us his phone number, and he said, any trouble, any problems, just call, let me know. So he would sort out any formalities with the police, basically, which is what the hotel were worried about. We didn't have any difficulty at all in Sibsagar. We absolutely loved it. The people were amazing. They were so friendly. They were very kind. They were very welcoming once they realised that we were meant to be there. I really enjoyed the historical ruins. Yeah, we had a lovely time. Definitely one for off the beaten track. But again, really nice. Now, the reason that we went to Sibsagar is because we had to change here to get up to Nagaland. So we took a bus to the next town, changed sumo up to Nagaland, and that was another reason for why we headed to Sibsagar. I hope this video has made sense. I hope it's explained a little bit about Assam and Sibsagar, and also onward travel to Nagaland. Please do come back for more videos. Please join me again for further Northeast India information. In the meantime, check out my Gary Rose Travels posts on Northeast India, and I will see you next time.